YouTube. Today I want to talk about orthorexia. I feel this term is thrown around a bit too much in eating disorder recovery and vegan communities, but also not really known about enough outside of these communities. So orthorexia is an unhealthy obsession with eating healthy food, and this is, what the individual considers to be healthy. It's not, healthy food necessarily, because part of what healthy food is subjective. Some people think bananas are healthy, other people don't. Some people think olive oil is healthy, other people don't. So this disorder can really vary in terms of how the person eats and how the person behaves as to what their personal preference is on how to eat healthily. I can also see how this disorder may seem desirable to some people because the media and society portrays eating a healthy diet and living a healthy lifestyle as something that's desirable, but the reality is orthorexia isn't a lifestyle, it's an eating disorder, and no disorder is desirable. All disorders are mentally damaging and potentially physically damaging as well, especially eating disorders for the physical side of things. So eating disorders can be mentally damaging, especially orthorexia, because they can lead to social isolation. People with orthorexia may worry about going out and socialising with their friends because they can't find the healthy foods. They won't, be able to eat the healthy foods. They won't be able to eat their healthy foods in the certain way they have to eat their healthy foods, like eating only raw till 4, or food combining properly, or only eating fats at a certain time of day, anything really. They may worry about not being able to do that when they go out and socialise with people. So they may end up being really isolated, which obviously isn't very good for their mental health. They're also going to feel really restricted because they can only eat foods that they consider to be healthy. So they may only be able to eat like a high protein, high fat diet if that's what they consider to be healthy. They may cut out all refined sugar if that's what they consider to be healthy. They may only eat raw and organic foods if that's what they consider to be healthy, and they'll feel really restricted in that. And it can be physically damaging because it can get to the point where people are only eating like a few different foods. So they're obviously not getting enough nutrients, they're probably not getting enough calories. It can become really underweight and really malnourished. Orthorexia is just as dangerous as anorexia, bulimia, and all the other eating disorders. It's just maybe not known about and seen as more desirable and more healthy because it's an obsession with eating healthy. But really it is very damaging. And I don't think it's right that the term orthorexia, oh, you're orthorexic, is thrown around so much in the eating disorder recovery and vegan community, especially like in the eating disorder recovery community. I've been called orthorexic myself by some people because I eat healthy foods and I eat similar meals every day, and I have my reasons for that, and they're not orthorexic reasons. But obviously people, be like, oh, you have orthorexia. No, I don't. You can't tell whether someone has orthorexia just by looking at the food they eat. It's all about how they feel inside and how they feel mentally about their food they eat. So there could be someone who eats like I do and who is orthorexic because they feel forced to eat like I do. They feel forced to, have porridge for breakfast every morning, and they feel forced to eat lots of salad. They feel forced to eat lots of vegetables. They feel forced to eat in a certain way and have meals in a set way, set order, set amount of colours. They can only eat those foods. They can't eat anything else if they want to, or if those certain foods they can only eat are not available to them. As within the vegan community, quite a lot of people call out people who do raw to 4 as being orthorexic, when the reality is, although some people who do raw to 4 quite probably are orthorexic, not everyone who does raw to 4 has orthorexia. There are probably quite a few people in the raw to 4 community who really love doing raw to 4 and find it really works with them, and they're not orthorexic because but you only eat raw food till 4. I mean, I can understand how this seems like orthorexia to someone who doesn't know about raw till 4, someone who's never tried it, someone who may be slightly against healthy eating and eating lots of fruit. But for some people, it can really work. I genuinely believe that. You know, if you live in the right climate, you have enough money, you're okay with just eating bananas until 4 in the winter, and you're maybe able to be flexible with it in the winter, then it is not an eating disorder. And I don't think we should call out people who do certain diets and say definitively that they have orthorexia, because it makes orthorexia seem like just something everyone has, something cool, something trendy that makes you slim, and I think it needs more respect as an eating disorder. It's sort of like you don't go up, well, someone with basic respect anyway isn't going to go up to someone who's really skinny and be like, oh, you have anorexia, because they could have Crohn's disease, they could have cancer, they could just be naturally really skinny, they might not be anorexic. Just as how someone who does raw till 4 or fully raw or someone who's vegan may not be orthorexic and most likely isn't orthorexic. I think we need to have more respect for it. We need to understand that it is a serious and real eating disorder, just like the others. I feel quite a lot of people also tend to dismiss orthorexia as an eating disorder because, you know, it's about eating healthily, which is obviously a good thing. I think it's something that needs awareness raised for. I think it's something that needs to be understood a lot more and respected so that people can get the proper treatment, people know they have a disorder, and people can come out of it and be happy and healthy and live a balanced life where they're not scared of certain food groups because they fear them to be unhealthy. I also feel like we need to be more responsible online about what we say. I think we shouldn't say things like the fat you eat is the fat you wear. We shouldn't say things like milk causes your bones to do something because it leaches acid or whatever it is, because that's not actually scientifically proven. And obviously saying scary things like that can result not necessarily in causing an eating disorder, but they can lead to an eating disorder for people who have genetic predispositions, and maybe they've been bullied, maybe they've lost a family member, maybe they've lost a pet even. Maybe they've been abused, maybe they just have no one and they feel really alone. Maybe they just need to lose a bit of weight, and because they have this genetic predisposition, they start cutting out everything and it leads to an eating disorder. I think us as vegans need to be more understanding of orthorexia. I think quite a lot of people hate on people who were vegan and then they developed orthorexia and then they're not vegan anymore. I think we need to be more understanding of the fact that maybe their way of coming to veganism wasn't healthy, and maybe they don't really know about how to be vegan in a healthy, balanced way, and maybe for their recovery, for whatever reasons that may be, it is better for them to not be vegan so they can have a better relationship with food and then hopefully come back to veganism with a healthier relationship without being orthorexic in the future. And yeah, I don't know what I've achieved in this video really. It might just be a big long ramble, but hey, let's hope for the best, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.